Hello, Crafty. This is your conscience. We haven't spoken in a while. I'm just kidding.
How are you guys doing? Crafty, let me see if I can get you to try out your announcement command, which is going to be used anytime you come into a stream. You type in !Crafty, and that is your entrance sound. So if you just type in !Crafty, you can check that out. This is something we do for our regular viewers that we just started doing because we just learned how. Glad you like it. There's also some other commands, which reminds me, I'm going to go ahead and put a limit on our scare command. The scare command is used only if you are a bad person, and I want to make it to where it cannot be spammed because it is legit kind of loud. Max the volume. So we're going to do a cooldown. So that it can't be blasted by any one user more than 5 minutes. But overall, I don't want to hear it more often than every 2 minutes. We may change that in the future. For now, that be where we're at. Okay, so today on the live stream, I am going to be working in the background on some 3D modeling, but we are primarily going to be talking about, or if anybody has any questions, this stream is going to it's going to cover some DM ideas and things to think about in the back of your head while being a DM. Not necessarily what exact rulescape to follow, but more along the lines of what perspective you should have in the story, or how you should, what should guide your conscience or your decision-making skills, or how to deal with, sometimes how to deal with players that can be difficult. That's a, people might have a situation that they want answered. I see in a lot of the D&D groups, and I kind of don't like how it's done in some of them, because you've got one person that's like, I have a player in my group who is very rude and doesn't show up and blah. First off, kick that person out of your group. Done. Don't punish your other players. Second, they usually say something along the lines of, here's what I'm saying, ... and go. We don't answer those. I never respond. I don't like the and go ones, because it seems to me like they are fishing for a lot of comments, and it means nothing. It doesn't help them out. It's not prestigious to have 300 people comment on something, or sometimes they'll post trigger stuff. So like, let's avoid those kind of questions, but let's do some actual issues that come up for D&D players. I feel like you can tell the difference between someone who's in a D&D group and they're just like there for the value of comments, and you can tell when you have an actual D&D player who's actually asking actual questions. Most questions can be answered by flipping open your PHP and doing a little bit of research. There are times when it is more complicated than that, and you have to use cross-referencing. You have to know how Dungeons and Dragons is basically, when you, let's say you come to a halt, you have a rule that says, like, invisibility. With the invisibility spell, it says that you can't be seen by normal means. So I can't see something invisible. Then there's a spell called See Invisibility. So here we have an exact contradiction. Anytime you have a contradiction in a rule set, they usually say specific overrides general. So if you've got something that says, hey, this can never happen, and then you've got a rule that comes right behind it and says, hey, this can never happen, but this guy can do it in this instance, that's specific, and that overrules your other general ruling. But stuff like that. So I'm going to wait and see if we get... I posted in some of the Dungeon Master resources groups I'm a part of on Facebook in an attempt to pull some more people who are up the alley for our demographic, people who are actually interested in what we'll be streaming about. The biggest problem our group has is time. That's the one thing I can't help with. I'm not gonna lie. If that's your biggest problem, it sounds like you have a good group. Everyone has that problem. That's an unavoidable problem. But if that's what the issue is with your group, then it sounds like you have a pretty good group. And that's a rarity. So feel free to ask any questions. We'll have some more viewers here shortly. I've not had a stream yet that didn't have at least 3 viewers. And one of those was on an accident. I clicked stream and I was doing a bunch of editing in OBS, and then I walked away and started watching someone else who's a Twitch person, and they were like, "Oh, you're streaming too?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not." They're like, "Yes, you are." I'm like, took off running back to my computer. Sure enough, I don't know if it was me or my 2-year-old goblin, but I was streaming, and I had been for like an hour or two. But I had 3 or 4 people in there who were talking, and I was like, "Wow!" And I think I even got rated, and I wasn't streaming. Well, I was, but not on purpose. Yeah, I have learned that talking to other people, I didn't know people had all that drama in D&D groups. That's phenomenal. Usually if you make a D&D group with some close friends who want to explore this, there's not as many issues. If you don't have those people around you and you don't have that circle to start your D&D group, a lot of people do what I did in Nashville when I first moved to Nashville, and I posted a local ad for people who wanted to play Dungeons & Dragons. And I got some doozies. I've had some real doozies here in Vegas. I had a guy show up and say that the DM for his previous group, anytime that the DM thought he said something stupid, he would make the guy take a ruler out and hit himself in the head and won. Like, this just opened up like a whole plethora of questions that immediately screamed in my brain, "Don't ask the questions. The guy shouldn't be at your table." I was nice. I let him finish out the session. I didn't invite him back because, like, he had a tendency to bring up some very awkward situations, and I had 3 or 4 amazing players, and I was trying to look for, a slot or 2 to fill. And yeah, they kept trying to bring their old table that was really rude to them, and they were like, "Can we come back and bring some of the other members that were really rude to us?" And I'm like, "No." No, you're not allowed back at our table. Because let's face it, no one has time. No one especially has time to join a D&D group that sucks. Alright, it's the worst thing you could ever do to yourself. Alright, so I usually catch some of my East Coasters. With this time zone. Huh. But at least we have Crafty. Crafty's not been able to join us much because she's learning. Oh, okay. I have only played with friends and family. Yeah, so that's really easy. Oh, yeah, let me show you that picture I sent. I really didn't have much progress done on it. Ignore the circles. That's just because of the hidden vertices I have. But if we look through here and through here, we see progress I've had so far. And like all of this was done on stream. I don't think I've worked on this off stream at all. But I am going to work on, yeah, that's going to be his base into the summoning star. Not to be confused with the summoning circle. If Hermione was here, you would know. That's not a summoning circle. I don't know what I'm going to do for tonight's stream. I'm thinking I might do some painting. Don't know. Might go into the garage and do some, check out the table. Show it off on the Twitch stream. Gonna be some people who I don't know what the she-goblin wife is cooking in the background. But it smells so heavenly, it's extremely distracting. Yoko and Kool-Aid Man. Oh, we got some more follows while we were offline. Oh, sure. Paint when I can't be here. I see how you are. So, I mean, it's not even exciting. What I have to paint is a project I have to finish for a client. I have some awnings for a this is not D&D related, but I have some awnings for a hotel that have a calligraphy B on them for his Biltmore replica, and I have to finish I'm using vinyl cut stencils that I did over there in my workshop to stick them onto an existing red weathered paint and basically make a white B using a stencil. So it's literally set it down and paint over it and pull it back off. It's not exciting, but I may use that opportunity to show off my painting setup, to discuss some painting tips and strategies, maybe go to my garage. I might do a wireless stream with my cell phone. I'll lose some of the cool effects you see here, but I'll be able to walk around my house, because right now I'm pretty much restricted to my little streaming pit that I've created. It's got screens everywhere, lights, plug-in stuff, cameras. Cool, pretty cool. Got my little custom desk that I've made here. Alright, let's do some background doodling, but I do need to pull up our reference photo. Okay. Crafty, since you are here, you get to be a part of this obelisk. This side is Norse runes that I pulled from reference. And this side is Futurama Alienese language. So I've been putting hidden messages in the runes. And then there's some on-purpose accidental misspellings that we won't discuss that happened possibly on stream. So, alright, let me jump back in here. Let me get a C. Too low. That's not really digging in, is it? Let me go into Dynatopo. And then make sure our strength is cranked up. Yeah, go out to 1. And then give me a C. Wow, that's just really not. I don't feel like I had that much trouble getting it to really dig in before. Dynatopo's on. I don't know what stabilized stroke does, but hey, it might help. Strength is up. Alright. Whatever I did there was bad. What did I do? What the heck did I do? I don't remember. Oh, the stabilize. Oh, I see how it works. Huh. That might make it easier, but I don't know if I'm going to use that, because I don't know if how that. I'm not. If it ends up working too much better than what I've been doing, it's going to look bad, like as an overall. All right, so I left it on. So you click, and then you pull it to drag it, and that makes your line straighter, supposedly. I kind of think it works. So we have that line there. That line there. That is doing really good. I like it. It kind of creates a drag point, so way more accurate. So I did that. Now I can do some straight lines. Yeah, so you learn something every day, huh? Okay, C. Let's do an R. R is basically triangle. With a circle around the top. Now, I drew some pretty good circles yesterday, freehand. That is horrible. I think I might actually switch back. That's pretty good. And then, one second. Where was it? There? Oh, no, it's literally the top of the triangle. And then we'll retrace our circle. Retrace our triangle. CR. A's are fun. Might go back to stabilize for the rest of this. Kinda liked it. I don't think it's the best to do. Oh, no worries. I don't think it's the best to do in every situation. But I definitely think it's when it's applicable, it's really good. So what am I going to be helping out doing? You mean as far as just like your interactive presence here? Have you done hieroglyphs? Yeah. we I had to tell the story to explain why I did this particular hieroglyph, but I actually did some petroglyphs because and when you go hiking in like Valley of Fire or Red Rock Canyon out here in Las Vegas, on the walls you'll see petroglyphs, stuff that's been drawn that's dated back over 1,000 years old. And one of the things you see very commonly out here in the petroglyph areas is you see a goat buddy, is what my wife calls them. So I drew this goat buddy as a petroglyph because I'm not doing any runes on the back, but I might do some little fun stuff. Seaweed. I'm gonna have to make you a command. You've been showing up pretty regular. I'm gonna give you a nice exclamation point seaweed command, and then a sound and an announcement will show up announcing your arrival. In the future, I might have to restrict that to only VIPs, depending on how many commands I'm allowed to make. But yeah, at the time being, if you show up a few times and I feel like you're enjoying it, and we enjoy your presence, we'll make you custom commands. Why isn't this digging deeper? I really feel like it should be like really getting in there. Non-draw sharp, no radius, auto smooth is off. Alright, back to the Futurama glyphs. C-R-A, need an F. F's are fun. Over. Ah, that's a shaky hand. I'm gonna try to stabilize, but I'll try it one more time without. some real techno-esque rave music going on here. Thanks for dropping by, Seaweed. We'll be streaming again later tonight to catch the West Coast Peoples. That is like the most horrible one I've done of all. I have to redo that. There has to be some sort of goblin language you can do. You know, I can't really say that I've looked that up. But I don't know that there's a written goblin language. I know that there's Elvish. I know that people have done artwork. Probably looks really cool. I did ask for the people that were in the stream last, when I first started doing all this, to look up some runes and send me photos. And I ended up doing it. That's fine. Like, I was just trying to get ideas. Yeah, I ended up with these. And I drew some ones that were fun. I drew the Simba symbol that, like, when Rafiki goes to the tree and draws little Simba, and then, like, years later he draws him with the mane when he realizes he's still alive. I drew that Simba petroglyph. And I drew a petroglyph of, or I mean a glyph of, what was the other one that was goofy as hell? Oh, I drew a fish that was on fire coming out of the water for Burnfish. So those were goofy, and I definitely drew those in my tiefling obelisk here. And I think somewhere I have, yeah. So up here, this and this is all extra. And it's probably going to hide with texturing once I do the texturing layers. But I said this is a yoga diving class. So you got his arms, you got his body, you got he's on his knees, and this is the ladder. He's at the diving board. This is the water, and he's diving, like a yoga diving. Anyway, it was funny when you had to be there. But there's some like little hidden intricacies. I'll have to smooth out my misfires there. And there's got to be something I can do to have this thing dig in deeper. Let's dig in a little deeper. That'll work. Okay. We got CRAFT. Where's T? Ah, I see you. So we got dot. We got dot. Line, 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 dot. And then we got, I better deepen that just a hair. And then a Y, which is a bunch of squiggles. This looks like a wave function, which it probably is because it's Futurama language. And they're all mathematicians and super geniuses. Alright, so this line says crafty in Futurama Alienese. Where's Jason? He would really appreciate some of this heavier music. He'll never know it, but I'm gonna put Inky in here. Let's go with I. basically a circular shape. And then this part, yeah, do you want it to go away? I don't have, so like I showed everybody yesterday, I just downloaded a random station to have background music, just so there was something going on in the background. Some of the people commented that they use this just to listen to when they're driving around or whatever, almost like a podcast. Even though they can't read the text, they still like that. So I like to toss in a little background music, but it's always open to viewer opinion. Oh yeah, this is all royalty-free music that is through Twitch. And it's not a huge selection. It's not any commonly known songs. This is, I think, is people who made these for Twitch backgrounds, and they sold them to Twitch, who provides it to us with our Prime membership. They do have chiptune, which is kind of fun. It's usually like retro gaming synth, almost. Oops, wrong one. That's been pretty fun. Yeah, that wasn't the... Alright, so distractions galore. There's an I. We have an N, which is very similar. Hard to do. It's like drawing boobies on an Etch-a-Sketch. It's real hard to do a circle with the mouse. Did you get word back? You passed your test? That is phenomenal. I know you're really worried about it. Those tests are never easy, and it requires like copious amounts of study, which I was never accustomed to. I'm not gonna lie, everybody hates me for it, but I was one of those people who never studied. I did pay a lot of attention, but I never studied, never did homework, and then I would come in and ace the test. I had all A's on my tests and all F's on my homework, and I settled somewhere around a C. But it was passing. It was passing. I-N-K. So let's see. Starts off with a dot. Congratulations, Inky Goblin. We are all super proud of you. So proud. I think I want to hear... Congratulations. Cheer factor. Crafty, there's also a drum roll. That was close. There's a bunch more too. Oh, absolutely. There was a hidden command. Alright, so everybody's got their own personalized commands, and they know who they are. But then I did some other fun commands. I tried to do a boo, but I don't think the file, the MP3 formatted correctly. But I was going to do a boo, a drum roll, and a yay. Like a good sound, like woo, yeah. But like I guess we'll just use you as the yay sound. That works. But there's a drum roll. There's a Goblins Unite command, which is that was the hidden command. And as soon as I mentioned that there was a hidden command, I saw the chat go, and it didn't take them long. Goblins Unite. It was pretty. I wanted to do something that was level 1 easy for the first time of doing the hidden command. But I'm going to make a new hidden command, which will have to be randomly guessed. But it's exclamation point. Not gonna tell you. But whatever that word or that phrase is, with no spacing, whatever that word or phrase is, will be the next hidden command. And I'll see if I can't figure out how to make it do something a little extra special. No spaces. All one word. Alright, we have I-N. Yes, that was the hidden command. And it got found out after like 5 or 6 guesses. I think Stoney guessed 2 or 3. I think my son guessed. And then New York Punk came in and nailed it his first try. I could tell he hadn't typed anything. He was sitting there thinking about it. I think he watched 1 or 2 pop up, and he was like, boom, Goblins Unite. And we got a nice little burp in there. And the file is actually called Goblin Burp. And then my son, he has a really cool command code, which I don't know if he's... Boogie! No, he's not watching. Isn't that sad? No support from my very own Goblin Spawn. I was going to let him do it, but I'll do it. Or you can do it, Crafty. Type in !helpful. And you can hear. This is another goblin-esque noise that was actually labeled as a goblin noise, so that was really fun. Okay. Oh yeah, I was doing this crazy squiggle. Oh, that's fun. That's the best goblin laugh. Okay. Oh yeah. So all you guys and your Y's, it's going to make it look like this is a vowel, which I guess is sometimes why it is a vowel. That's perfect. There's also the scare command, which nobody should really overuse. You can't. It's set up to where you can't. But like the scare noise, if you're wearing headset at home and you hear the scare noise, it's not like an angry screeching, screaming, hurts your ears noise, but it's like a bell that rings and it gets inside of your head. The sound will be inside of your head, and then it like picks up loudness all within a microsecond, and it's like this bell toll. And it, like, I don't know, I clicked it and knew it was coming, and it still got me. I did have the scare command was like a spell whiffing by, and I had a little wizard thing. Oh, and now I turned my stream to where it was mature audiences only, because I had a lot of trouble not saying fuckity fuck. But now I can do that because we went for the mature audience. Because, like, let's face it, there's no 7-year-old kids that are going to be watching 3D modeling and D&D stuff. And our topics, even though, you know, it's just better to not play that game. Alright, so we got Inky. That was really easy. Got little letters there. We'll just do some random stuffs behind it. What's an M? Alright. I'll do an MM to do the initials. That's like my favorite saying ever. Yeah, so imagine messing up something royally in Blender and losing all your progress and not being able to say fuckity fuck. And you just want to so bad to say that, and you can't. Hey, NY Punk, guess what? Guess what, buddy? Type in exclamation point. I think it's NY Punk. It's either NY Punk or just Punk, but I'm pretty sure it's exclamation point NY Punk. I did it. I finished your command. Gotta watch out. What do you think? You like it? Heck yeah. Stop, punk. Give me them dice. So, is that 2d20s in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I just did blurry lines. I gotta fix it. Ah. My mouse jumped. Usually it's my fault. That was not. We're getting there, guys. Oh, my headset's wasting no time today. Guess when you have goblin ears, they get crushed by headsets. Headsets were not made for goblins. Except for my son. He got an awesome headset for his birthday. I don't know how much it was, but I'm pretty jealous. But it will be a while before I can replace this bad boy. What are we looking at? We need some more letters. What's another word I should put in Futurama Alienese on this base? I haven't done lazy. I should give myself some love, right? Let's do lazy. And then if you guys throw up any good... I could put fuck. You know? Now that we're a mature audience. Blah. Checking out my Facebook. Okay, I'll throw that symbol in. Lazy Goblin Horde. Let me start with L, 3 lines up. I'm gonna try to do Lazy Goblin, and then Horde. My only concern is letter space. Once I finish out a line, I basically just put random letters at the end of it so it doesn't look out of place. So let's try it. Start with an L right here, or here rather. All right, what's the L look like? Like I was doing. I'll just have to do it 3 lines up. So what I'll do is, Crafty sent me a picture in my Facebook. So I'm gonna, of a rune that she made up, or has just seen and drawn and replicated. So I'm gonna put that in any fill space. L-A. A is our swoop. Everyone keeps calling this the sword. It's okay that we made that a little too wide. It's weathering. L-A-Z. Now, I haven't had the pleasure of making a Z yet. It doesn't come up much, but it looks weird. Let's see if we can pull this off. It goes down, sideways, I'm not liking that. Try it again. Wrong. Down, sideways. And then it loops. Give it a little bit more width because I gotta draw all these things in there. No. So I can clean that up. And then it looks like we have there, and then a Y, which, as we all know so far, it's just a wave function. Okay. Lazy. Goblin. She is one of those. We go down. This looks like this looks like the symbol that went on Bender's antenna when he joined that religion. Man, my mouse is not that it's ever perfect. This is not what you should be using to do this. It's just gonna work because I'm doing it so small. G-O. God. This one's wicked. That there is a mighty wicked place. Tilt-A-Whirl's okay, but the rest is evil. Okay, how far is that supposed to swing over? A little too far. Okay, call that success. I really wish I didn't do it so close to that other letter. B. B is down squiggle, over squiggle, back the other direction squiggle with a dot. G-O-B-L is give a trace to add a little more depth. Alright, we're in there. We have a lurker, unless my stream feed is a liar, which happens a lot. We have one person who's watching and not talking, which, hey, I understand. If you guys have any questions pertaining to Dungeons and Dragons, that is what I'm trying to stay on the topic of today. Normally, it's funny, when I started the stream to do the 3D modeling for this, I did nothing but talk. And now I'm actually doing this, and I feel like I'm getting more modeling done and less distraction than I normally do, and I'm asking. Yes, a lurker. A lurker is someone who shows up for support, but they may be busy or at work, so they will either put it on audio only and listen to it through a headset, or just leave it on their desktop while they're doing something else because they're trying to show support, but they're busy. So that's a lurker. It's not a creepy lurker, although there are times. Alright, where are we at? Besides distracted. G-O-B-L-I. God, these are all big ones. Oh, that's horrible. Also horrible. Also horrible, but passable. No, can't let it ride. Of course they are goblins. Of course they are. Goblins are larger than life. Why they have so many letters. It's obvious now. That's because fuck wizards. Am I right? Can I get an amen? I need a wizard command. It was the scare command actually used to be the wizard command, all for one day. And now the scare command is more scary. Goblin. Can I fit it in? No, because it's huge. HORDE. However. Yes. That's just the school stuff. Alright. I need a decision from you guys. The next symbol that's supposed to go is the same size as this one. So, do I try to squish them, like undo this one and try to move it over and get them both squished into this one spot, or do I drop down a letter line? While you think about that, I am going to take a brief break. During that break, I am going to show off pictures from our painting contest. So give me about 5 or 10 minutes to rest my goblin ears, and I will be right back. If anyone shows up and they ask, it'd be like 5, maybe 10 minutes. Need to get some water and rehydrate, get some stretch and walk around and rest my ears. Or get rid of goblin and do Acrol. Well, that gives me something to think about. I'll be back in 5, guys. Don't go anywhere. If you do, just come back and stay with us and see what we're going to finish. Hey guys. I'm back. That's what was cool and about to happen. So, pick up where we left off. Alright, real quick. We scratch and goblin and do an acral. Are we gonna squish? I could do a little bit smaller. It's just 2 circles. But I could, if I slid this over, I could fit it. I could also wipe these 2 and make them all just a hair closer together. So how are we gonna fix this problem? I also changed the name of our stream to something a little more, because I was going to do some DM questions, but you know, so maybe the other people that I talk to on a different time zone, this is not a good stream for them. So regardless, I think removing this is a good place to start. So let me do some Control Z's to go backwards. Oops. Alright, whatever, we'll just do it this way. Nope. That unsymmetrical loop will absolutely kill my... Oop. This is like... Anybody here ever play Contra back in the day? Sounds like some like definite Contra music. I'm not gonna lie, that's like the best. It's an N? No, I. That's the best I think I've done so far. And then N. Yeah, it's like I got space. So N is a circle. Fairly not lopsided circle. And a dot. And a dot there. See, we got goblin in there. H-O-R-D-E. So horde will be a little easier to fit. And of course, we're going to have more space, so I won't squish those near as much. H is... Let me start off with a smoothing to get rid of this little happy little mistake. Guys, we are like almost done with this obelisk. Alright, so... I mean, we spent a lot of time doing this. I hope Jason likes it. This is a bust that Jason ordered. It's also one of the busts that, if you go to our painting group in Facebook, which is, there is a link in our Twitch channel. So if you go and look at my Twitch profile, and if you're on your mobile, is the easiest way I usually do it. It's right below our live stream, I'm pretty sure. There is a link to our very amazing goblin painting channel for tabletop miniatures. And I mean, as long as it's a craft, we're not gonna tell you can't post it, but we try to keep it Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of our D&D or Warhammer members will sometimes post stuff that's like, maybe they're like, I'll work on a hotel project instead of a D&D project, but I'll still post the project because it's still painting and crafting. All right, so we have horde. H is a swoop. The sword or the dot on the bottom. Go a little deeper. O is that super complicated. I wish I could just like copy and paste it somehow, but that doesn't work like that. O is up, left, and then squiggle. Alright, so it does this like swoop, and then swoops over, and then swoops up, and around. I did really good. That was all in one swing. I can prove it. Because if I hit Control Z, the whole thing goes away. Alright. This almost sounds like if Benny Hill met 8-bit. Sorry guys, I'm also simultaneously judging a contest, and it seems our TLG judge was dinging, so I was making sure it wasn't about the contest. Turns out it's not. Sometimes it's just whatever Crafty and the Grandmaster Goblin are eating at that point in time. I really should have spread that out more, and it's so gorgeous, I don't want to move it. I can't move it. So I may end up using Crafty symbol here. H-O-R. R is a triangle. That's not a triangle. Kindergarten drawing, gotta fix it. Some funky music. H-O-R. Oh, I found out it's stroganoff and apple pie. That sweet and that savory taste I've been smelling. It's sorry you guys can't share that with me. D. I haven't done a D yet. That's exciting. So it looks like we have little circle, straight line, straight line, straight line, straight line, and then make this a little bit bigger. There we go, dot. That was such a weird tune. Alright, we have an E left, which I've done one of these before, but I'm not going to have room for Crafty symbols, so we'll do it somewhere else. Horrible. Way better. This sounds like a Final Fantasy 8-bit song. Let's do Crafty symbol right here. No, horrible. That's uneven. Let me look at this again. Okay. No. That is so crooked. I'm embarrassed. I like this music that's going on right now in the background. I feel like it's closer. I'm gonna let that slide because this is set on such a small scale that the imperfections will be super unnoticeable. And we just need some finish off symbols. So we'll do this one. Here we go. Alright guys. Now, we're going to put some texture. First, we're going to throw in the old Control S to save our progress. Now that we are saved, we are going to switch to this brush. We are going to input a texture mask. And then we're going to choose a texture. I love it. That was well timed. Well played, Crafty. Well played. F. Let's see what it looks like to start off with a smaller thing and take my time. Oh, yeah, I didn't know you were gone, Crafty. That looks like it took a while, but it looks great. Dude, it took forever. D&D bag. It took forever. We have Futurama symbols on this side, and we have Norse runes on this side. Some extra ads. And we have Goat Buddy on the back. I feel like I should draw the cannon, although it should have been on the other side. My phone died and I had to get Twitch on my computer. Yeah, but you made it. You have made it. And then you announced yourself, which, D&D bag, you've been frequenting my streams now. I've seen you a few times. Obviously, I know you, but now you're actually coming to my streams. So, as a small reward, I'm going to do a command for you, like Crafty has, where you would type in !D&D bag, and then you'll hear a sound, and you'll see some text appear that will announce you're coming. So whenever you arrive, the very first thing you'll type in is !D&D bag for your own personalized sound command that will announce that you are in the house. Alright, so let's do the cannon back here, because like this has a backstory and it happened on stream. Heck yeah, man, thanks for showing up over and over again. That's pretty freaking cool of you. Forget that cannon. I can't put it on the wrong side, it'll bother me. I gotta do this texturing. Alright, so let me make sure all my settings are right. They don't look like they're right. Actually, it might just need to be bigger. I definitely want no, that really fades out the rune. I need it to be like that. So I'm just going to click apply it. Yep, just enough to make it look aged. What do you guys think? Is this the way to go? I'm liking it. Let me get some viewer opinion here. Is this a should I keep trying harder, do something different? Is this crap? You got an I like it. So I'm gonna lightly do this whole thing, and then I'm gonna show you guys a trick I do sometimes. I always try it to enhance it a little further. Alright, we're gonna go with it. We got some good opinions here. Everybody seems to think it doesn't suck, which is good. But basically what I'm gonna do next, after I feel like I have a pretty... Oh yeah, we have unanimous decision. You know what that means. That means the goblins are united in their opinion. Ah, I typed untie. Flippin' fail. Ah. Untie. Wow. You know, I know why I did it. There was someone one time in the group who was trying to, we were doing a giveaway, and all you had to do to be in the giveaway was type in Goblins Unite. And the girl typed in Goblins Unite, and then she followed it up with a message and said, I had to really stop there because I don't know that, or she said, I feel like I was going to put Goblins Untie. I kept staring at it. I don't know if she did that one time and then corrected it, but now every time I type Goblins Unite, I mess it up half the time and have to go back and fix it. And that time I didn't catch it. That's the first time I didn't catch it, but it's her fault. Because now all I can think about is Goblins Untie. And that's not. These voice lines are cool. Yeah, man, and there's a lot more of them. I really just don't want to show them off unless the people are actually here. But I have an idea already what I want to do for yours. She did. She jinxed the shit out of me. By the way, guys, we're mature podcast now. Not podcast. Mature Twitch stream. So, fuckity fuck. Sorry. I will still ban the crap out of you guys if anybody posts anything that's really negative or trolly or, yes, you're allowed to say fuckity fuck. You guys are allowed to as well. I don't care. We went mature. We're not breaking any other codes of conduct. Say it all you want. No kids. Probably some kids that are going to lie and say they're old enough. But I was that kid, and I never snitched on people when I was that kid. So let's hope. I mean, you'd be snitching on yourself at that point, 'cause you're not supposed to be there. Dude, I'm like clicking in time with the music, so I'm working way faster than it was, you know, before this song started. Click. Oh, now I'm gonna gotta slow down. I think I went a little crazy there. That song got me. I think I blurred out my runes. Maybe those just weren't as deep. I'm gonna turn the strength of my brush down, and that may help. Let me get the top of this up here. Oh man, there's ink all over the floor. That's what we get for having an inky. Reminds me of one of those little Disney fish movies where it's got the little octopus. She gets scared and she's like, I just inked. You call that an ink defense? No, I don't do a great Zoidberg. I did sand crab though. That happened. Ugh, the claws don't scuttle like they used to. How is everyone? Good, Inky. We're like, I don't know why I wasn't just doing this. I know it's a little bit hazed out, but hey, it's weathered. Inky, I know this is a lot of work, but somewhere in this obelisk, and I will tell you it's on this side, there's a hidden message. There's actually a bunch. All the hidden messages are on the right side. But there's a hidden message that may or may not contain the word Inky somewhere in this. And if you wanted to see which line it was, just Google Futurama Alienese, because that's what I used for the glyphs on the right side. Crafty has given up stress. Good for you, Crafty. It's, you know, can be detrimental to your health. Ooh, congratulations indeed. We are very proud of our Crafty. Now, we have some basic aging on the entirety of... Now, I just mopped. We had an ink splash all over the floor, and I just mopped. The floor is starting to get dry, and then here's Burnfish coming in and getting water all over the floor. What's up, my bro Burnfish? How you doing? Now all my goblins are starting to recognize you. I told you there was a lot more goblins. I don't know if you believed me, but like, we are very horde mentality. And one of these days, I'm going to end my stream, which I don't know, RN Geek as well. I believe it's RN Geek, exclamation point RN Geek is your command, RN Geek. I made you one. I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. I see her. She's a very dirty goblin. And a very shy goblin. She's poking her head under my green screen. I don't know if you guys can see down there. There she is. Sorry, guys. She has a real dirty face. Alright, sorry. Oh, she's real big. Here, come here, let Chris see you. Chris hasn't seen you in forever, and you're real dirty, so you're perfect for showing off. This is our baby goblin. You wave? Say hi? No, she doesn't. Alright. Baby goblin. Yes, that is exactly what it is. She's a Luna goblin. I always told my kids that they're allowed to, hey Cherry, that they're allowed to bother me during the stream. I apologize if you got, you know, it's not exactly common etiquette to do that kind of thing. But I don't care. So how is Cherry? We're getting some really weird tunes from the music channel here. I'm going to switch it up and see if the rock channel is playing anything good. This is all royalty-free music created by some of the Twitch streamers. So trying to show some support their way and use stuff that I won't get in trouble for. All right, guys, I think we're good. I'm going to texture the back of this in a quick fashion. I tell my kids the same, but they are invisible. So, yeah. Oh, Burnfish, I went mature content so that I can, you know, not have to restrain. I made an awesome new channel icon. Well, RN Geek, if you... It might even rival yours. That is a compliment, sir. If you send it to me in a whisper or I don't know what other social media that you have in common with me, but if you send it to me, I have Discord. I have a Discord channel. If you look in my Twitch channel, I have a link for either our Facebook group, and I think our Discord channel's there. I know it's in the website. Look on my website. Go to lazygoblin.com and click on our Twitch. I mean our Discord channel. And if you send it to me in the Discord, nice. It paying me to be family friendly. Burnfish, you're playing Nintendo, man. Like, my son would not be able to watch you if you weren't family friendly. It takes all kinds to make the world go round. I just happen to cuss like a goblin, and it was a strain. And most of my prospective audience are adults. There's not a lot of kids that are messing with 3D modeling and Dungeons and Dragons. I encourage that, but I'm not the place for that. It's become evident. All right, so let's what's cookies? I don't know what cookies is. I don't think it's necessary. I think that's a Twitch thing. Just click no. Ignore the cookies. I'll see if I can get rid of the cookies. I didn't know that they were there. That's a very misnamed situation, because, like, cookies are good. And don't call something, you know, don't do that to me. It's very misnamed. Yeah, I don't know. I've always been weird about cookies, too. And I know it's not as big a deal as I, you know, also make it out to be, but it's still bleh. Alright, so I like pecan cookies. I'm glad your family watches me. Also, I love y'all. Heck yeah, man. Now we got Drunk Trash Panda in the house, too. So, Junk Trash Panda, first of all, welcome. I am cookies. I like all cookies. See? Very misleading. Yeah, Drunk Trash Panda is another fellow streamer. Burnfish and RN Geek are fellow streamers. They're all showing up to be amazing co-support in the Twitch world. Then I like you right now. Or RN. RN, now, guys, you have to understand, RN Geek stands for Real Nice Goblin. Eek. That's what that means. He's secretly a goblin, too. Not secretly. He's just subtle. But yeah, these guys are all streamers. So if you see... I don't know if this works on my channel, guys. I'm going to try this. Did that work? No, I don't think I have the shout out thing. But if you guys want to post your links of your stream and my stream right now, you have my full permission. I don't have link blockers on, but I am going to be watching it. And no, that one's not supposed to be a loud command. That one just, it's supposed to give you the, what's it called? Let me try that. It's supposed to give you their Twitch channel. RN Geek. Yeah, it drops a a URL that will let you go in and follow them if you wanted to. But they're allowed to drop their links in my channel because they're always here to support me, and I really appreciate that. Drunk Trash Panda, you as well. I don't know if I have that set up. I'll pull my Discord right now and give it to you on air. So the Lazy Goblin Lab. Let me pull this window where you guys can see it. That's what you need. And then... Is that? No, that's my... Well, here's my personal Discord. That's my Discord tag, I think. Where's wrong? I forget how to get to do the invite. It's that where it says invite, and then I'm going to copy this link, and then I'm going to post this link. Goblin Trash Panda. Trash Panda, if you're going to be a goblin, man, that just warms my heart. And like I said, if you keep showing up, we'll get you a personalized command. So I have some personalized commands for some of my goblins that frequent our channel, so that they can announce themselves when they show up. There's our Discord channel for anybody who wants that. If you send me something you want me to see on Discord, I'll pop it up on screen, like your banner. And feel free to post it in our in the group as well. I'm gonna make a channel for Hands In, Goblins Unite. Got another follower. Thank you, Erica. Very sweet of you. I made a plugs channel in our Discord. How are you doing, Erica? We are very distracted. We get very distracted in this channel, but ultimately, we're working on modeling this bust for a Dungeons & Dragons tiefling. Oh, this sounds like Tony Hawk move. It has begun. This is going to be the biggest stream on Twitch. That's a grade A attitude, my friend. Like, I appreciate your candor. You must have goblin in your blood. You must be green-blooded. I can tell. It comes out. Now, I need to spin this. Do I? Kind of do. Not necessary. I'm going to lose some of my runes when I lower this, but I knew that was going to happen. I think I need to spin this guy, not the bottom. I believe I am green-blooded. I knew it. I could tell. Iron Geek is back. I didn't know. Did he send me? I'll check Discord just 1 second. Let me finish spinning this guy to make him square up with the front of this. Web RNG. Oh, welcome back. Okay. Like, my head was thinking, like, this is Tony Hawk music. It's so nostalgic. Where do you want me to send that icon? You can send it to the plug channel. Send it to the channel that's labeled plugs. And I'll just move it over onto the screen and show it off. And you can also drop your Twitch links in the plug channel. My phone will tell me if it's sent somewhere else special. No. Oh, there it is. Wow, sir. That is pretty cool. I like that. That is very sharp looking. You did very good with your color scheme and your complementary. We know a lot. Thank you a lot, Junk Trash Panda. I really appreciate that. Take it easy, bud. We'll drop in on you. We'll give you a raid next time we're ending that you're on. This would be epic to be like 5 or 6 feet. How big is I see what you're asking, Burnfish. It's actually not that big. Rocket Boy, let me get my hand in on this goblin. Thank you for your contribution, sir, and your following. All right, but yeah, another thing, RN Geek, I like about your logo here. We are actually getting really close to affiliate too. It looks like, in my personal opinion, this almost has like some Teen Titans inspiration. Was that like your lettering and almost your colors? I see a little Beast Boy. Did I get it? You have a very creative mind, sir, and if you were going for that and I pulled it out, then congratulations. That was pretty awesome. I don't have a cheer command, so I just use my awesome Goblin Crafty. I'm going to give you a cheer for that. That's some pretty dang good artwork. If you want to make a banner for the Lazy Goblin. I need a Twitch banner. If anyone knows how to do that and is good at it, I'm not good two-dimensionally, and I'll swap you for some 3D assets. I'll model you some, an asset or two, and we'll do a work swap. This is really cool. I'm excited to see what you're doing for Burnfish, dude. This is a good-looking icon. It's really cool. Got some talented streamers. A lot of the streamers are really talented. A lot of the people in my group, a lot of my goblins are super talented. We're going to roll for just a minute to show off some of my goblin work. We're going to roll some photos from a painting contest. These are minis where some of them were 3D printed by me, like that awesome dragon. Some of these minis were printed, most of these minis were printed by our shop. And some of them weren't. As long as they fit the category, then they were allowed to be in here. Yay! I am new to art, so I'm not used to any arty praise. Means a lot to me. Thank you. Well, I have to be honest with you. Before 3D modeling and Dungeons and Dragons stuff, I felt like I had zero artistic ability. And I found out that. All right, Burnfish, I'll see you. Thanks for your support, bro. Really appreciate it. But I found that I work better with 3-dimensional than 2-dimensional. So I had to find what aspect of work kind of fit my personality and my creativity. And then from there, I was able to, Larky Fish, I was able to find out what I was better at. So I do a lot better with 3-dimensional than I do with 2-dimensional. But everybody's a little different. So we got a lurking fish. That's like a shark. That's what that is. When fishes lurk, they become sharks. Make a 3D banner and iconify it. Easy. I mean, I have a logo if you want to, do that for me. It'd be easy for you, and then I'll make you assets. Do Jaws for his sound. Oh, that's a good idea. I like that. Have that dun 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 dun. Heck yeah! That was a movie I watched as a kid, and I shouldn't have probably been allowed to watch that movie as a kid. Yeah. So, guys, I think we're. Give me some advice here. Do you think? I think we need to center it a little better, but something like that ski. I think we're done with our obelisk bust. Or fish on the soundbite from fishing games. Send me the soundbite, and I got you. It's hard. You have to use an MP3 format. But if you guys find sound bites and you're like, this has to happen, if I approve it, I have to approve it. It has to be better than what I did for you. Too many goblins. The shark sounds what's scary. Especially when you're like, I don't know how old I was when I watched that movie, but I think I watched it like right after it came out. My dad watched it and I was in the room, and the family watched TV, Alright, so I never did answer Burnfish's question, but this is going to be roughly 3 to 4 inches tall. Goblins untie. I should put an oops that says goblins untie, but whenever you do it, it starts laughing at you, or like gives you a wah 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 and says you misspelled it. That would be, but of course I'm the only one that's gonna trip on that landmine to self-troll. Alright, so we have basically finished our tiefling, guys. Jason is gonna be stoked. Jason K, the busted goblin, usually is the reason for all of our cool busts, and my command is the best command. It is the most regal and awe-inspiring command. Nothing says get on your toes like a hawk. And that's a red-tailed hawk. And let's listen to that. I know I'm overplaying these, but they're new and shiny, and I just got them, so bear with me. Let me blast RN Geeks. That's a really nice. Your grandfather used to catch red tails? Who the fuck can say that? Nobody can say that. That's awesome. Was he Native American? Did he call him in? D&D backs like. I do that for NY Punk. When NY Punk's command comes on, I usually duck and cover. He did falconing and hawking. That is legit one of the coolest things you could ever probably do. Like, I've always been super awestruck when you see the videos, when you see the guy raise his arm up and then this magnificent, beautiful, extremely powerful, strong bird comes out of nowhere. Guys, like, I gotta hide my wizard weed stash. I'll be right back. Sorry. Yeah, New York Punks gets me digging and crawling. That's almost as bad as the scare command. So, is that D20? Is that roll a D20 on your screen? Because I know I threw up the little icon, but I don't know how to make it. I never did check on that. I forgot. I was more concerned with making. I wrote myself a note to make RN Geek and a year's time those sound commands. I want to make sure and be on it. And I spent about 15 minutes looking through stuff. I was looking for one for RN Geek that said Geek Alert. You know, like, you ever seen that GIF where it's got that overbuff looking guy and it's like, Nerd Alert? And I was looking for something that was like a Geek Alert. And then I was like, it's not even really geek. It's really nice goblins. Eek. So then I went for the hawk sound because RN Geek's on it. I've been around him. He keeps everybody in line and on task. Alright, so this is ready to print. No, it's not. No, it's not. Who watches the watcher? Alright, before I set this for printing, I want to do a couple things. Oh. You've been called out, Chris. He's got you on radar. Which, don't feel bad because I was on radar in Burnfish's channel. I was the troublemaker. And you know, RN Geek, it's funny that you out of everyone. Oh, that's why. You'd think a hawk and a fish couldn't be friends. No, man. You ever seen the videos of, like, the cat playing with the mouse, but they're friends, with, like, the gerbil or stuff, or the dog and the duck, and they're cuddled up and buddies? No, hawk and fish. That sounds like the title of the next cartoon that's going to air. That's going to be awesome. Hawk and Fish. I would watch Hawk and Fish. Like, that's like T.J. Hooker. Like, that's a grabby TV title. I hated that show, but then I watched it because of that. Inky, you're out. Later, Inky. It was nice having you. Appreciate you stopping by. Wait, who's leaving? Oh, Crafty's leaving. I love the model. It's awesome. I need to go get mini goblins in line for the evening. Sorry, I missed that. Crafty's leaving, not Inky. Bye, Crafty. Thank you for stopping by. Glad you got to try out your command. And you have a great night. Poor Crafty's been studying like crazy. Crafty is a nurse, and I believe she's trying to get higher education in her nursing field. So she's been doing that. She's been studying like crazy and taking tests and doing all kinds of examinations and killing it. Yep, Inky is going after all. It's dinner time. It's probably going to happen for our East Coasters. It's getting about dinner time, which I'm probably going to drop stream here in a minute. I want to do one or two more things to get this closer to 3D printable. So one of the things I'm going to do is, let me change the name of this. You always name stuff. So I'm going to do F key, F2 hotkey. I'm going to name this Obelisk. and then that's going to make it easier to identify. My Chinese just showed up. It is dinner time everywhere. You're in Connecticut, right? In the Northeast. I've been up there once or twice. I drove through Delaware's Gap. It was absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, East Coast dinner time. I didn't even know you were here, Lurky Dylan. But I am going to make coffee in my Burnfish mug. You got a Burnfish mug? I saw those. So Burnfish, fellow streamer that was just here a little bit ago, has a channel or a merch line, and he made these cool coffee mugs. And Dylan, you have a super special surprise coming in your second time sent box. You actually have like 4 or 5 awesome surprises that I'm shipping you. Since your box got sent back and blah, blah, blah. It's gone now. I can't show it to you. I wouldn't even if I could. But there's, I think, 4 or 5 surprises in there. I'm sorry that UPS sucks. Or USPS sucks. NY Punk. Yeah, he's a little further than you, but not far. Not too far away. I was in the circus. No joke. I was a ringmaster in a circus. I used to announce the people. I did animal performances. I learned to juggle. I don't think I have 3 similar sized things, but I was really good at juggling. Or not, that they obviously, the jugglers that juggle for the circus full time are amazing, but I can do a lot of tricks like waterfalls. I can do the circle, back patterns. I used to throw it behind my back and catch it without dropping. Yeah, it was a job. I got into it because it's very random. My current wife, who at the time wasn't my current wife, she was my old high school sweetheart. Her dad used to book shows for the circus, and one fateful day, like, we were apart. I left her in high school because I knew I wasn't mature enough to keep a solid relationship with someone who was like the best person in the world. So I ruined it a little bit before I could ruin it completely, and we split in high school. Then she got back a hold of me, or I got back a hold of her years later, and her dad used to be a bookie for the circus, for like Big Apple Circus and a couple of the major circuits. I think they were involved with Ringling as well. They were the first family to have a train car with the Ringling Circus. You're saying carny probably to be offensive, and for those viewers of you, normally I'm hard to offend. I don't care about any of that stuff. Carnies are different than circus people. Carnies are like the bearded lady, the strongman, the carny games, the carnival stuff, and then the circus is completely different. If you didn't know that, I'm totally not offended, and I don't care. If you were to talk to a circus person or a carny person, they'll tell you it's like Australia and England. They don't get along, actually. And your circus families are more like dynasties and performers and people who did like chiffons and cirky, maybe. That's a good one. We just call them circus people, though, honestly. But yeah, I was a ringmaster, and I got into it because her dad used to be a booker, and so he was involved with a lot of circuses. There was a smaller circus who did like some state fairs and stuff. They were big. They had a large style Italian tent, 4-poster. But they did up and down the East Coast. So I was a ringmaster in the Zerbini family circus up and down the East Coast because her dad used to do the routes for this particular circus. And whenever they found, thank you, RN Geek. Whenever they needed a animal trainer, I had been working with, not exotics, but I work with horses for a large part of my life, and I'm really good at teaching horses to do things that are hard, like stand on the end of a barrel, so like all 4 feet and something like this big. So I used to do some animal training in that nature, so I got that job like that, and it went from working with the animals and feeding them to I had a performance act in the circus with a buffalo named Cody, who was a complete asshole if anything wasn't absolutely perfect like it was supposed to be. And I also was the ringmaster towards the end because our circus split into 2 groups, and the only woman who could speak perfect English went that direction. So I went this direction, and I became the ringmaster because I was all of a sudden the only person that could speak fluent English in the circus troupe. So I inherited that job. I had to learn all the stuff overnight. At first I got to read my cue cards, but then I had to lose that, and I had to introduce all the acts in. It was really fun and really cool. My fiance loves the smell of horse shit. She could easily clean stalls all day. Weirdly, it's nostalgic. I don't love the smell of horse shit, but when you smell horse shit and you get that familiar feel, like that nostalgic feeling, because it's always associated with positivity. You don't go ride a horse grumpy, you know. It's an exhilarating experience where you're one with an animal that like is thundering across the earth that we live on, and it's really fun and empowering. So you know, it's a positive experience. So whatever, you know, you would think smelling shit would be like, God, that's terrible. No, and horse shit in particular has a very grainy and grassy aroma to it, especially if you're feeding them alfalfa pellets and stuff or supplemental to get their nutrients in that. But this is not. Just getting way off on a tangent here. I went left field and like, yeah, I used to have. I don't think I have it anymore, but I'll have to show you guys. I got some videos of me like training and learning to juggle in the circus. I have a video of my son looking up at me. I think he was 1.5 years, 2 years old, and I'm juggling. And there's like the dogs that were in the dog act. They were all in the cage behind me. It was like a behind the scenes kind of photo. Do you ever make any mythical type horse models? I have some on Geek. Would you like to see one? Hold on one second. I'm uploading the Slicer program. So Artesian Guild makes all kinds of, once a month they release a mount. And so I have a lot of different mounts. Are you looking for something in particular? Because like I have what's called a Griff Steed in the Fighters Guild model, which is right here. I'm just gonna load all of this in, and then I'll move it to the side and show it to you. So here we have a gorgeous 3D modeled horse with a official looking saddle and some armor. What's up, Burnfish? Answering some questions for RN Geek here. Did I ever make one? No. Believe it or not, I am extremely new to 3D modeling, like super new. I'm better at making objects than organic things. I shouldn't say that. I can make a really good tree. I can make certain things, but like beasts, creatures, figures, people, humanoids, I've not. I started making a goblin. If you guys don't make fun of me, I'll show it to you. I like trees too, Burnfish. If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it'll live its whole life thinking it's stupid. Did you know that? That needs to go down. But yeah, here's a Griff Steed, which is a tie off of a griffin. Right now on another screen I'm loading in the goblin I was attempting to 3D model. Where would it be? Open projects? Sorry guys, I'm not reading chat right this second. I'm looking for this file. Where are you? There. I might not be able to show it to you. I might have misplaced it. I can't find it. Well, all that for nothing. The horse has demon hands. Those are like eagle hands. You should know. Not demon hands. Okay. Sorry. Let me catch up on chat. D&D bag said great quote. Dylan cracked up a bit. Good point, Iron Geek. Almost choked to death on my General Sal. More like General Sal. So hard to swallow. Ooh, bro. That's punny. True punishment right there. That's actually awesome. What if your thumb had fingers? Shudders in the thumb. That's beat up, man. I'm gonna try just a hair longer. Or a hair just a little bit more to see if I can't. Oh, that's why. I think I found it, guys. Well, I think I know where it's at, rather. Not here. I'm in the wrong place. There. There. Open projects. Oh, I don't think I had. I don't think I saved my place. Oh yeah, I did. But let me make sure I have. I'm missing some stuff, or else I have an older. Uh-oh, we've inspired RM Geek. He's feeling artsy and productive. I can't believe it's so hard to find this. Oh, I think I found it. Because I bitched. Let me put it back together. Because I had it taken apart, if that makes sense. So let me put it back together. 2 seconds. And I'll show you guys my first ever attempt at 3D modeling. I got it. Dang. That's got to go lower. That's got to drop back. Where's the teeth? I think I deleted the teeth. Alright. I'm ready. I should. That's too late. I was going to do a drum roll, but this is how far I had gotten on my goblin, which is supposed to resemble this. RN Geek should stream his art projects. I would even host it. I don't know how to do that. I say that, but I don't know how to do that. I haven't started any texturing on this yet. And the reason that split is there is because I'm using mirroring. But there's my goblin. I still have a long ways to go on it. And I've learned so much since I've done this that if I ever revisited this, I would like /host channel name. So RN Geek, I would restart the goblins, what I was going to say. RN Geek, do I go live and then type that in and that's it? Is that the ticket? You just type it in. Don't have to be live, just do it in your chat. All right, cool. So basically, even if I wasn't streaming live, I just type it in here, exclamation point, what did that say? Host? Or no, not exclamation point. / host RN Geek or host Burnfish with a space. And then if I hit enter and I wasn't streaming, I just did that in my chat, I would be hosting you. If that's correct, then yeah. Okay, cool. Nice, nice. I'll have to work up a little team and then host back and forth. It's hard with you guys, though. It's not really fair for me to ask you to do that because not a lot of people who watch Mario are going to be into what I'm into. Host Obama. Alright. Yeah, there's my art. And RN Geek, would you like to see more than just these two mounts, or are you good? You were just trying to see what mounts I had. So these are the riders. And I believe there's a version of each of those that have wings. Yeah, there is. Oh, you're interested in my arts. So I can show you some of my arts. That's just one of my products. So let me take a small jog through some Blender projects I've worked on in the past with you real quick. So my art. This is something, I did not do the goblin itself, but I did do this paintbrush. Host Osama never. I did do this paintbrush, the paint that comes off of it. I did these paint splashes down here. This bust was made for the Inky Goblin that was in here earlier. But yeah, so like, again, I didn't do this amazing goblin. That's Artesian Guild. I'm still learning. I aspire to be that one day. But I didn't do this part. But I did do this. I cut him up and made him into a bust, and I printed him. And if I didn't just ship him out, I would show him to you. Let's see what else we have. I don't know what MF Master. Mind Flayer. Elf. The elf one was cool. So this tree base right here, all the texturing, these mushrooms, the ground, these moss patches, which, hey, they're green, right? But yeah, these moss patches, and this snail are all my work. This is not. I did not do this guy. But I did all the base stuff. All these different elements I made. Yes, I got a buddy named Max, who we call Snail. So I always keep him in mind when I make snail stuff. Anything forest, I tuck a little snail in there for Max. But yeah, this is all my artwork. All this, that's not right. There it is. All this stuff down here, this glowing orange, all those are mine. Next project, make a goblin. That's easy, right? Just make a goblin. I'll show you a cool one I did. I'm gonna have to actually look for this. I did, it's gonna be in the bust category. If it's not here, no. It might be, do we have my, no, I don't have that. Alright, users, where's minis? Now busts. What? I made an amazing custom bust one time. Is it in here? No. I don't know where it went. There's a lot of stuff in here that's not supposed to be. Hold on one second. Let me look over here. I can show you my dice tray master. I think I've showed this off before, but if you haven't seen it, this is one of my, I'm really good modeling this stuff. structural stuff, like this actually works, this catapult. And again, if I've already showed this to you, I apologize. But if I haven't, this is that model you see in the background printed. And then this is the lid for it with my logoing, and it all locks together. Yeah, so that in the background behind me is this now. However, yeah. Seed sorting tray. You're like, good seed, bad seed. Good seed. I can see that. I can see where you're going. Oh, I was trying to do this so I could show you up close and personal. And if I turn on my stream light, that helps a little bit. Sorry, I'm in studio mode and I forgot to transition. There we go. I also made these little hookups inside of it so that you can hook your rubber band and it goes in these little, I don't know, I put some thought into it. And the catapult never comes apart. Yeah, there you go. That gives you the fling without having to reset every time. But yeah, this is actually printed in place and it doesn't move. It's kind of stuck in there. But yeah, that's like version 3. Then I got all my like little logos. I don't know if you can see that on camera, but I got my little logos, my little goblin in there. There she is. That's better. It's on all the sides. Thank you. Yeah, it took some effort, more than I originally thought I was going to put into it. Now let me see if I can. Uh-oh. Well, it's a good thing I'm using studio mode because I did something really silly with the camera. Ah! Now I'm lagging. Is there such thing as a filament recycler? And my mustache, is it not curled up? Maybe I've been putting my face on and off in my headset. I may have, well, we got some curlage. Got some nice swing going on. It's not as good as it used to be. I used to have about a 2-inch curl on this bad boy. To turn printed stuff to school. No. Maybe, I don't know. The FDM printing, I think, has something like that, but I don't run into that issue much. I don't do a whole lot of FDM printing enough to where it matters. What I do with my plastic that's